My world, my world. What happened to my world? That is a quote from Optimus Prime from the movie Transformer Last Night. He was drifting in space, flying back home to Cybertron, going to meet his maker. Okay, so what happened? As soon as he was floating in space, frozen. Okay, he returned to his home Cybertron, first time in a million years, and when he woke up from the crash, he quite just he was very upset what he saw. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you to my fellow Transformers fans. Okay, you know the story, so I'm not gonna go into that. Okay, but truth is, now we all begin to wonder what's happened to our world. There was a mass shooting a few days ago in Aurora, Colorado. Oh, correction, Boulder, Colorado. Sorry. Yeah, it's a peaceful it's a peaceful town in Colorado. It's like any other country town, and okay, and I first heard of Boulder, Colorado on TV show Morgan and Mindy. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you, like there are a lot of towns like that. Okay, like it's peaceful and very relaxing town. And then what happened? The world got shattered by a mass shooter, like a 21-year-old man with mental issues that came and shot up a grocery store. And I'm gonna tell you what though. Ever since I'm gonna tell you, after 2008, okay, the things start falling apart. People start acting up, and we got more terrorism and more gang violence and mass shootings. Okay, and also racism intensified first time since 1960s. Okay, you know what though? I just it's quite sad to me because I'm gonna tell you I'm Generation X. Okay, and also the older, also like I said, I'm the first group Generation X, and you also got a few boomers who are about a few years younger, few years older than I am. Also quite disturbed what happened. You know what though? That I can explain the world I was in when I was real younger. Okay, I was born in 1960s. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, 1965 that is. I think I'm gonna tell you. Even though the signing of the Civil Rights Act about a year before by President Johnson, okay, I'm gonna tell you, Jim Crow was still going on. Okay, after I was born, and also my parents and my older siblings also live in the Jim Crow era. I'm gonna tell you that it is not pleasant at all. It was horrible. You know how bad it is. So we all know the history of that. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I was a kid in the '70s. Okay, you know what? I know no racism and prejudice at all because I live in L.A., South L.A. around that time, and it was diversity. I went to school with white, Asians, and Mexican children. Okay, we all get along just fine, but also did see some change in South LA. Okay, you know what though? I'm gonna tell you what happened. And I seen white people on my street begin to move away, and also the hostess plant nearby closing down. And everything changed. I do remember Pepperdine University used to be. What I remember is on Crenshaw Avenue. Okay, Pepperdine. What happened is that they closed the campus, and I think they moved. I think they moved somewhere. Okay, I don't know exactly where we're located now, but that what happened, they left. Okay, and then what happened, like the economy that live on it started falling. The economy started falling apart in a community. That also Goodyear tire plant shut down. So that's why some of my neighbors move away because once their job is gone, they're gone, and all suddenly urban decay begin to come up. But me being a kid, okay, so we live in our own world and we're oblivious with what's around us, and I'm gonna tell you that we just have fun and have love for each other. And then also in my generation, that the space program, the moon landing, the Skylab, and Also the Apollo program. When I'm gonna tell you one thing about I learned about peace and friendship. I remember the Apollo Soyuz mission when the Soviet Union and the United States decided to meet together in space. I remember when NASA when the like when they launched the last Saturn rocket. Okay, and that's when the lunar module, well, not since, sorry, command module, hook up with the Soyuz module. You know what happened? I remember on TV and how you see the Russia or the cosmonauts of the Soviet Union and also the astronauts of United States NASA. They all shook hands and then like I said, they were like the whole world saw that they treat each other like rest of the guys. You know, I think both of them, I think the Russian and the cosmonaut and the astronauts, they became friends. And like what I heard, after I heard about them, they still talk to each other. See, that's when I learned about peace and friendship, because that I was raised when I was young that the Soviet Union is evil. Okay, so when I saw that, it was an eye opener that the Soviets are the people of the Soviet Union is not bad after all. Okay, and then I remember in the 1980s, the turning point of cultural and change of arts, MTV and the Video Killed Radio Star, and also the personal computer began to start selling hotcakes thanks to Steve Jobs. Okay, and you know, like I said, I live in I went to a diverse school. I'm gonna tell you that, like that us. Let me tell you, us teenagers got along just fine. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, racism did exist. Okay, and we came across some racist people. You know what though? That that's what things were. That's where they are. So we're not gonna let that affect me. So we continue to. I continue to be with people that like I say, treat each other as friends. Okay, you know. But there's some dark side in the 1980s. You got the Hostage crisis and terrorism abroad and in Europe and in the Middle East. The Hostage situation, okay, that's well, and you know, yeah. But you know what though? That at that time it didn't hit the U.S. soil yet. You know what? When Washington, well, I'm gonna rephrase that because there's always been terrorism on U.S. soil. Okay, like Native Americans got terrorized and people of color got terrorized as well. Then okay, and, you know, and also the Chinese Americans got terrorized in California during the gold rush, and well, still, even after the turn century, like they got treated badly. Okay, so like there's some bad things that we got to deal with, and so like at that time, the world was more peaceful. Then came the 90s, okay, and the LA riots, okay, but to move on to 2000, and okay, to 9/11, okay, and then the economy is starting to take a turn, and you got a housing crisis, people losing homes to foreclosure, and also the homeless population begin to grow. So I seen all that, and then if I'm gonna speed it all up, that then came 2000, and then 2008 though, that history being made that the United States elected the first African American president, Barack Obama. I'm gonna tell you that is the historic turning point. That the first time people of color, you know, got elected to office. So like I say, the door's been open, but you know the South, you know, excuse me. My mouth got a little dry. I gotta keep talking. So, you know what though? Yeah, there's some people who are resentful of African American president, Barack Obama. And also, some people don't agree with him, especially the the Affordable Care Act because some say that that it will raise medical insurance prices of medical insurance. You know what? There's a truth to that too. So that's a different story. So you know what? I'm gonna tell you what happened. That racism began to intensify a lot more after the shooting death of Michael Brown. Okay, all right, and I think after what happened, it was a robbery turned wrong, and he got shot, and the riot broke out, and I think also that the issue of police brutality started coming up, and sad to say that the next unarmed black person got shot, the more riots and all. I'm gonna tell you right there that I'm gonna tell you much I can't stand. I hate police brutality. At the same time, the rioters and I hate them too because my opinion, riots solve nothing. Okay, it escalate things. All right, so and so like that, that's when racism intensified, and also well before that, the death of Trayvon Martin. Okay, that too. Yeah, he was murdered. That is because he was just a kid just walking from the store and he got stalked by some odd fella. Okay, who was like I say a neighborhood watch who was not authorized to carry firearms. So he just tried to play cop and scared a young boy half to death, and the boy would defend himself, and he instead pulled a gun and shot him. Okay, and so that's how all stuff got escalated. And then what happened? Trump got elected, and okay, that the problem remained the same. And then what happened? More riots broke out. It got, you know what? Though it got worse because it broke out. It broke out nationwide, and also monuments were being torn down. Also, the beginning of the council culture, how they're removing monuments that deem racist. Okay, and also removal of Aunt Jemima and also Uncle Ben's and Cream Wheat Man. But you know what? Some of them are real people who are historical person who what's the impact of American history. You got to remember though that black cooks did blaze trail because I watched it on History Channel, and also a black man who was a black chef. I've got his name in New York. He invented the potato chips. Okay. And also Frito-Lay bought the idea from him. And also George Washington Carver, he invented the peanut butter. You know why? Because because it's for people who cannot consume meat. So it also helped people in the hospital take in more protein. Okay, and even President Roosevelt, who was struggling with polio, invited George Washington Carver to the White House to treat him with polio. Treating with polio, okay. You know what? And I'm gonna tell you one thing that really got to me the most is and how they remove the monuments of Theodore Roosevelt and John Muir. Okay, I'm an ex-wildlife worker. We hold him in high regard. And also, do you know that President Roosevelt, he's a founder of the Department of Interior? I'm gonna tell you the first park rangers were the Buffalo Soldiers. Okay, and also to your tree huggers, that Roosevelt is the original environmental conservationist. You got to remember though, it wasn't for him like he put a stop to abuse of resources. Okay, especially hydro mining. Okay, I've seen the damage from hydro mining while we used to work in Forest Service. And keep in mind, people, that it wasn't for President Roosevelt, we would not be seeing trees in California. Okay, we wouldn't have Yosemite and Sequoia National Park, and we wouldn't even have the Grand Canyon National Park. The whole area would have turned to a desert or a brushland. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you, did after Biden got elected, mass shootings start over again. Also, the coronavirus that started when Trump was in office, that many people died. So let me tell you right there, and I felt bad for the Asian Americans being scapegoats, okay, because they're being brutally attacked. Okay, to me, I'm gonna tell you, that's not the first time people are made scapegoats because of the pandemic. the Black Death of Europe. Jewish people were blamed for that as well. They got persecuted, and also pandemic also changed people as well, make them more angry and crazy. And I mean, now the mass shooter, and I can go back to that. Let me tell you, the three mass shootings going on involve 20-year-olds. Okay, it got started of a young man up in I'm thinking Indianapolis that he killed his whole family over an argument about a stimulus check. Okay, he's 26 years old, and he got some 20-year-olds. Okay, who now the first one shot up a massage parlor. That's killed mostly women. Okay, and also the smash shooting in the world of Colorado. Another 21-year-old man who shot up the store with a heavy-duty weapon. Well, not a heavy-duty weapon. It's like semi-automatic weapon. Okay, so I'm beginning to wonder what's going on with young people today, because there are a lot of mental illness going on, and there are a lot of youngsters are harming people, especially youngsters are attacking seniors. To me, that's heartbreaking. I am 55 years old right now. I'm just tired from my job. Okay, I begin to wonder how safe I am when I get older. Okay, I'm Generation X. Okay, one of the best generation ever. One of the best, that is. Like we didn't do all that stuff when we were young. Okay. All right, like we're part of the big '80s. Okay, it's all fun and games. Okay, and peace and love and recycle. All right, so I got the line from Club Mario. Okay. All right, so it's an old Mario Brothers cartoon in 1980 TV show. So people, let me tell you, there's always hope. Okay. All right, so my opinion is that let's focus on the good in this world. Okay, that's the only way we can fight the hate. Have a nice day, everybody.